What's good? John the Chief here, and I'm gonna give you guys an in-depth tutorial for solo Extinction mode with 4 relics on. I'm skipping 3 relics, straight to 4 relics. I'm gonna go show you guys how to do it exactly, what relics to run, what loadout to run, what order to spec yourself in, the little tips and tricks, the idea of how to exactly execute this so you'll end up on top 50 without a doubt on the leaderboards, and you won't even have to try if you just follow this step-by-step guide. So first thing is that you gotta understand the relics. We're gonna be running all of them except for Smaller Wallet, because Smaller Wallet is a piece of shit. It's a death sentence. You're gonna hate it, never use it. You're gonna only ever want to use it once, and that's when you're going for that background that requires a 5 relic run. Other than that, never want to touch it. That thing is goddamn awful. You're gonna want everything else. You're gonna want to take more damage, pistols only, no class selection, and do less damage. All of these aren't nearly as bad as Smaller Wallet, mainly because money buys sentry guns, and sentry guns gives you happiness because they kill all the aliens for you. First thing we're going to talk about is the pistol. Pistol doesn't really matter that much. I really like the automatic one. That's my preference. Next one's the ammo. I prefer explosive because if you're only using your pistol and you have to have those akimbo with automatic, you're going to be missing your bullets. Explosive takes care of any of those problems. You're going to be hitting something with that 2 feet blast radius, which is actually relatively nice. Team support. This one, believe it or not, you can pick whatever you want. You can pick armor or feral instincts or whatever, because honestly, I didn't even use armor that much. I spec'd into armor. That was one of the last thing I spec'd into. I probably finished +4 armor on the second last hive. Barely had any use for that. Strike package. Now this is your baby. It's your sentry gun. That is gonna be what's doing all the work. You could have chose Vulture, but I would only choose Vulture if I was running Smaller Wallet for some insane reason, just because you can have 1 Vulture out at a time and you won't be able to have $4,000, which is how much buys 2 sentry guns. So I'd rather go with Vulture if I was running 5 relics. But sentry guns, since we're only running 4. Next is the riot shield. The reason why we're not running Death Machine is because you don't want to be exactly restricted to that, and also you don't want to have to spec into it. You want to be able to spec into the actual important stuff. Death Machine is good and all, I love it to death, but it's not essential for what we're trying to do. What you're trying to do is a 4 relic run, and that means you're going to need something covering your back, because you're going to get hit there quite a few times. So if you can just ignore all that, it's good. Let's get on with the tricks. Now, for this first hive, I gotta stress something that you guys might not believe, but you can't be afraid to spend your money. This is something that people don't understand. You can use that money to actual good use. And sentry guns, even though it's really early, you're gonna want them. Even though it's really early. Because trust me, you're gonna get screwed otherwise. It's a lot easier when you have a sentry gun doing all the work. Trust me. I've done this multiple times. Especially for the accuracy one, you don't need to shoot a bullet that way. I'm just letting this sentry gun do all the work for me. All I have to do is cover one side with a knife, and that's it. It makes my job a lot easier. Alright, now for the second one. Believe it or not, sentry guns help actually count towards turret kills. Most people believe that you have to take one of these mounted miniguns, and you gotta sit up there and wait for an alien to just wander by in your field of view, and then maybe you have a chance of killing him before he actually gets out of that little, like, 2-centimeter space that you have to shoot. It's not that much fun. Sentry gun makes it a lot better. Again, sentry gun is useful for everything. Again, note, buy them. Don't be afraid to buy them, even though it's early. Alright? For some reason, why I see a lot of people doing is they would get like $6,000 and they're like, oh, hey, I have max money. Time to get more money and not spend any, because that would be a waste of money for some reason, which I still have no idea. For don't reload your weapon, again, sentry gun. Sentry gun is master race. It kills all. Now, for this hive, I like just basically I'm blocking the drill with riot shield. Makes it a lot easier. You don't need perfect setups like this, but this is probably the 3 easiest hives to get done. There are other challenges that you could have done, and in order of what the challenges would be, it would change your specs. If you had to go for pistol kills on your first one, you would want to invest 2 into pistols instead of 2 into sentry guns right away. Mainly because you're going to want that more pistol damage. Note, do not invest in explosive ammo until you have the first 2 in pistol ammo. Mainly because that once you get to the second in pistol ammo, what's going to happen is that since it's 30% of your maximum ammo capacity, and your ammo capacity increases by 50%, what happens is that natural 30% is as if you're getting 45% of your original maximum ammo capacity. And that is just a little bit less than 2 already in explosive ammo. So that's actually really good. You're going to want that immediate 2 into pistols first, because that kind of replaces a little bit of the urgency to invest in explosive ammo. But this is going to be your build right before you hit the helicopter wave. You're going to want this. This is what you're going to want spec'd. Everything. Alright? This is the ideal setup so far. This is for right before the cabin. Note, there's only one change. Sentry gun's maxed out. I have 4 skill points. I'm just waiting for that 5th so I can max out pistols. Akimbo pistols with explosive rounds is quite deadly. Even with the Relic for doing less damage, it probably is one of the better setups. I'm going to show you right here how exactly to do the helicopter wave, because the helicopter waves are probably going to be the most difficult part, even with sentry guns. When you're on regular hives, sentry guns makes everything child's play, literally. You don't even have to try. You should be able to get most of them done if you have 2 sentry guns facing at different directions, and you got a pistol, and you're just covering their back a little bit. It's easy. But for this, you're going to want it more like diagonal. And see how I faced in diagonal so that way they actually are capable of covering each other? That's how you're going to want to set it up. They got each other's back, and that's less for you to have to do. Because the idea for this is to make it so someone with no skill in the first-person shooter can have an easy-ass time with this. So, we got 2 sentry guns, and this is literally what you're going to be doing for this wave. You just keep replacing them as soon as they die. They should be able to break even, if not, get more. Unless you let the aliens destroy the sentry guns. Very unlikely for that to happen, because you got a pistol with explosive ammo, and that should be able to do everything. So you just do this till the end of the hive. Now, this is for the nuke drill. For this one, this is also a tough one. Note, again, all the other hives are gonna be easy as hell. All the other hives, you have 2 sentry guns just in corners, looking at the hive, and it's good to go. You don't need to worry about a thing, because you got 2 sentry guns. But this is basically what you're gonna have to do. Again, it's gonna be hard if you're gonna make the sentry guns cover each other. You're gonna have to watch out for them and make sure you're moving, because scorpions love shooting acid at you, and that area of effect damage that lasts for a long time is quite brutal. It takes you out really fast, mainly because you're already taking more damage. Now, one of the harder parts for this is fighting the rhino. Rhino in this area is kind of difficult because you gotta worry about all the other shit. But you can just like take this little leisurely circle. That's what I usually do. Spray your pistols, and it'll be good. If you feel like it's a little bit dangerous, what you could try doing is that you take your shield and you basically just block it. Block the rhino from attacking your sentry guns and whatever. And basically, you're making the rhino sit still and make him a super easy target. He's gonna be devastated. Now, for the extraction, this was probably one of the harder parts. I got down twice. It was a chain down. If I did not make this one crucial mistake, I could avoid both downs. Because the reason why is because I ran out of money. If you are always good on money, you'll never die. You wanna be willing to spend a lot, but don't spend too much. Alright? So don't be afraid to spend. That's the issue. But that sentry gun that I placed back there, that was my fatal flaw. I ended up spending extra 2,000 and it did nothing. It's because I had to replace it right there. You see? That sentry gun that I placed down there costed me 2,000, and it basically made this kind of useless, in a sense. So I ended up having to ditch them, and I only have 2,000 more dollars. That only allows me to buy one more sentry gun, and there's gonna be another rhino coming for me. I'm almost out of ammo, alright, because with akimbo pistols, less than 100 is running out of ammo. Again, a mistake. I should not have went for the hypno knife. So, but fortunately for you, is that no downs while trying to extract will count as negative towards your score bonus. So, you can go down in the extraction, just don't go down when there's a hive active. Because the way the score works is that you have drill protection, challenge points, and then there is personal skill. You add up all those points and then you multiply it by 1 plus 0.2 times the amount of relics that you're running. So for me, since I'm running 4 relics, it's multiplied by 1.8. That becomes the score that you're in for the hive. So you're going to want to make sure that you have the drill covered a lot. You don't take many hits because that's personal skill. But if you go down, your personal skill instantly becomes 0. Luckily for you, on extraction, there is no rating for personal skill. It's just to see if you can actually get the hell out. So that is it for the game. I ended up getting number 15 in the world at this time. I was really impressed with myself. This was my ending build. I almost had everything maxed out except for shield. Shield is not a priority. You do not want to invest in that before armor. Armor is actually more important because shield, you only should invest 1 point in it, and extras if you have more. But there it goes, 356,000. Really good score. I ended up getting 3 downs, sadly, but whatever, that is still a really kick-ass game. I was relatively impressed with myself and these results, because I find number 15 in the world to be really good, considering that not that many people were above me. There are modders and other, there are big YouTubers like Madomaster and Steve, which I was pretty impressed to see that I was on the top page with them. That's a highlight. But yeah, if you enjoy these kinds of videos, these guides, tutorials, tips and tricks for Extinction mode, leave a like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to me, like a huge amount. Brings a smile on my face every single day. And I can show you guys my leaderboards right now to show you everything. Number 15. 4 relics used. Wow.